I, Dr. Vitinde, welcome all the dignitaries, participants, assessors, faculty members, students on behalf of Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution and Professional Skills. We have today gathered here after the successful completion of the second Samnavay Mediation Competition 2024. Word समन्वय के लिए दो लाइन कहना चाहूंगा. समन्वय signifies harmony, and harmony is rare in our society because we are living in a litigative society. So our root cause of conflict is our conflicting minds, and therefore, to what extent mediation can be a tool to make people self-aware that what is the source of conflict, why we are trying to become something and we are something different. There is always a constant conflict inside our mind, and that conflict is breeding in our society. And same model is applicable in adjudicatory mechanism, when adjudication as a model is only breeding violence, corruption, conflict, and therefore alternative dispute resolution is the only medium through which we can eliminate that paradigm. मुझे नरसिंह मेहता का वो दो लाइन याद आता है जो गांधी जी हमेशा गाया करते थे. मैं दो लाइन गाना चाहूंगा. वैष्णव भजन को तेने जे कहिए जे पीड़ पड़ाई जानी रे. वैष्णव भजन को तेने जे कहिए जे पीड़ पड़ाई जानी रे. पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए, पर दुखे उपकार करे तोए मन अभिमान नानी रे. वैष्णव भजन को तेने जे कहिए जे पीड़ पराई जानी रे. In this line of thought and feeling, I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am to felicitate our Honorable Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Chandra Bhushan Barobaria. I also request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am to felicitate our Honorable Judges. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Param Bhamra, founder, Mediate Guru. Mr. Gokul Narayanan, COO, Asian School for Cyber Laws. Mr. Mihir Govilkar, partner at Govilkar and Associates. Mr. Ankit Kanwar, Principal Associate, Hammurabi and Solomon Park. Kuldeep is a tradition of our university which signifies the hopes and aspirations of our university, that is to become a Vishnu Guru. I request all the members present here to sing together the Kuldeep of the university.
Yoga karam sukoshalam. Yoga karam sukoshalam. Himachal Pradesh Rashtra Vidhi तक जिसका दूरदर्शिता आसमान की परतें चिरे हवाएं झूम झूम नाम ले जिसका बर्फ कोमलता में दृढ़ता भरे देवित्य विधि के हर विधान की झुके कर वेदी है संविधान की त्यार करे शक्ति शासन के प्राण की और अपने भारत देश महान की अवगत करा तत्व अंगीकृत कराए तर्क को अंगीभूत करा वितर्क की पूर्ण आहुति डलवाए कहता है हर युवा यहाँ लेखनी और वाणी वीर बने कानूनी मदद का दरिया बहा वाद विवाद प्रतिद्वंदी बने इनके आंचल से चुरा सफेदी चलाओ न्यायालय संस्कारों से मिटाए अन्याय श्वेत श्याम वर्दी ख्याति बढ़े देव भूमि की जिससे न्याय की देवी का रूप सजा बनना है क्यों ना गुरूर करें।
in the beginning of the session, I request Dr. Sarita ma'am, our captain of the team, to introduce the particular program.
Thank you, Dr. Mrityunjay. Good morning. I, Dr. Sarita, Director, Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution and Professional Skills, extend a warm welcome to all dignitaries on the dais. Sir Barowalia, Honorable Lokayukta HP Himachal, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor Dr. Preeti Saxena, Professor S.S. Diswal, Registrar Sir, DSW, Dean Academics Affairs, Deputy Registrar, Controller of Examination, and respected faculty members on this valedictory ceremony. Himachal Pradesh National Law University has been a pioneer in the field of legal education, having promoted and contributed extensively to developing and nurturing the next generation of well-rounded legal practitioners. Established in the year 2020, the Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution and Professional Skills was set up with a vision to chart the course of alternative dispute resolution as a power play in India's legal landscape. Its mission is to promote alternative dispute resolution methods and enhance legal skills among students. In its 4 years of inception, the center has become renowned throughout the country as a flag bearer of competitions and research. As we all know, the adjudicatory mechanism and win-loss conclusions reached by traditional dispute resolution bodies on several occasions result into further intensifying the disagreements rather than resolving them forever. It's one of the biggest achievements that all form of ADR do not leave the parties aggrieved but satisfied. It's trying to reduce reliance on formal court system by offering quicker, more cost-effective solutions. The center has another key objective to enhance academic and professional development by providing students with both theoretical knowledge and hands-on training in dispute resolution and related professional skills. This helps prepare students for diverse careers where conflict resolution, communication, and critical thinking are crucial. Samanvay first edition had been a great success, and this year in Samanvay second edition, we have achieved new heights by registering national and international 33 teams. The preliminary online rounds of Samanvay 2.0 held on 20th to 22nd September, and after these rounds, we conducted offline quarterfinal rounds with 8 teams yesterday. This year, we had participants from various prestigious universities across the globe, such as National Law University of Singapore, APIIT School of Law Sri Lanka, NUJS Kolkata, NLU Jodhpur, Christ, and Global Jindal Law School, amongst others. With a total of 33 teams on board, the competition kicked off many teams in hybrid mode, with the preliminary round and octa-final round taking place on 20th to 22nd September 2024. Post the online round, 24 participants joined us physically for the offline rounds that took place on our campus over the weekend. For this edition of Samanvay, we also had a set of renowned collaborators whose partnership with our event contributed resoundingly its success. These include SCC Online, EBC, PACT, CAMP Mediation, and Asian School of Cyber Laws. We are extremely honored to have you all on board and firmly believe that these collaborations foster the spirit of mediation and establish the foundation of long-lasting collaboration relationship. Thank you once again for joining us with Samanvay International Institute.
Thank you, Sarita ma'am, for introducing our centers and objectives of our centers. Now I have honor to request Honorable Vice Chancellor ma'am, Professor Dr. Preeti Saxena, Honorable Vice Chancellor HPNLU Shimla. Prior to, thank you.
A very good morning to all of you present here on the dais. As you know that I have joined just a week ago, and this is the first time that I have heard this Colgate. And the one line which I should appreciate, that is Lekhni or Vani Veer Bane. This should be the motto of this NLU also. Every student who is coming over here is an advocate, professional, and these two things are very important for any advocate, the drafting and arguments. The Lekhni and Vani, these two are very important things, so that I appreciate this Colgate here. As the chairperson of this very center, that is Center for ADR and Professional Skills, Dr. Sarita, just introduced with the theme. I'm not going into that theme, but the thing that they have now progressed from the national to the international, and that is also because of this COVID. Because we always think that the things which are coming to us are in a negative way, but we must take out something positive, because every negative thing is also having a positive aspect, and that is a very challenging period at that time for all of us. But still, if something has come out in a good manner, that I appreciate from my core of the heart. So this is very important that we have got registered 33 teams from the world, and NUS and Sri Lanka and others also. Though from the preliminary round, as you told me that they couldn't succeed to get into in the semi-finals or the finals, nevertheless, it is open for the next time. This is your second mediation competition, and I hope that from the next year onwards, you'll be getting more and more teams, not only on a hybrid mode, but physically also here. So we'll do something like that. The teams which are coming from abroad, they must come here in this campus, and they should also enjoy the beauty and the climate of this very natural state of the Himachal Pradesh. So without going into detail, Samnavay, this is the term which you are using for this mediation. I remind with this Constitution of India, that is the supreme law of the land, and that speaks about the fraternity. As Dr. Mrityunjay was talking about that, what should be there, and that Samanvay is, I think that the fraternity has also certain relation with that Samanvay. If we are together, if we are a person who are thinking about the others, if we have that fraternity, if we have that brotherhood, if we have that harmony, then this Samanvay is nothing but that should be the outcome of that fraternity, which is not only a preambular objective, but also one of the fundamental duty of every citizen to harmonize the things between every citizen. So without going into other details which have been given to me, I have asked from the topics and the areas on which you are working, the IPR and the other issues. I first of all thank to all the assessors who have given their time, precious time, to come over here physically as well as on the hybrid mode also. And I just request them to continue with this institution in future also. So with that, the task which is given to me, that is to welcome to all the persons here. But this is first thing that I am giving the thanks before the welcoming, because they are doing their job since yesterday. So I am very, very thankful for them. First of all, I would like to welcome our chief guest of this program, Honorable Mr. Justice Baruvalia, profile of the Himachal Pradesh body, and he is very what should I say? Because this is my second meeting, third meeting rather, I should say, with him. One on the road, other in his office, and third here in our university. So, I have no words even, because he is just like us. There is no, the post he is holding, or before that he was the judge of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh, but I have never seen a person like him. I welcome him from the acting on behalf of my university to accept this invitation to be the chief guest of this program. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here. I welcome you here. The guest of honor of this program, who is joined online, Muhammad Osama. He is from Egypt. I also welcome in this program Muhammad Osama ji. He is senior partner. Our own faculty members, the registrar of the university, the dean academic, the senior teachers of of this university, dear students, the participants, and the assessors. I welcome each one of you here, and not only all of you, but all those who are also working with you as a team. And my welcome goes first of all the team that is the center of ADR for their work which they are doing. Together. A month together we are working here and they have reached to this final session of this mediation competition. So all the persons who are in this hall, I welcome all of you and I request all of you to continue with this presence in our next program also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, ma'am, for a compassionate address. And speaking from the heart, you have rightly outlined that there is a limitation of revenge, and ultimately every revenge comes to reconciliation. Harmony is the ethics of our civilization, and that is why no society can flourish without harmonization, the harmony out of conflict. Thank you, ma'am. We have with us guest of honor, Muhammad Usama. He is a former judge, a practicing lawyer in Egypt, and admitted to Egyptian bar. And he is well versed in both private law and public law. And he is providing professional assistance and legal advice to investors, local as well as international. He is currently involved as a counsel in a number of international commercial and investor state arbitrations, as well as a number of high-profile litigation cases. Moreover, he sits as arbitrator in international commercial arbitrations. He is often involved in matters involving both Egyptian and non-Egyptian laws, and is currently working as senior partner, Talakani Law Office in Egypt. Welcome you, sir, and we are hoping, we are eagerly anticipating for your address. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for the very calm introduction. I hope my voice is clear, and I'm grateful for the technological advancements that have allowed us, as human beings to interact together, although we're separated by some distance. I'm very honored and humbled that we invited as the guest of honor today in this prestigious event taking place in your lovely country, India. I visited India a couple of years back for a conference, and it has since then occupied a very precious space in my heart. Unfortunately, my visit was only limited to the city of Jodhpur, the blue city, but it's such a beautiful city and such a beautiful country, and I look forward to visiting again very soon. Again, I'm very happy to be with you all today. A little bit about myself, quick couple of lines. I've been active as a legal professional in the legal field for about 15 years now. Fortunately, I've had the privilege of acting in different capacities as a lawyer, as a judge, as arbitrator, legal expert, and as a mediator. And I'm very happy to be speaking with students who are taking part in this very beneficial competition on mediation. I have to say, as a professional, what gives me great pleasure and satisfaction is when I am successful in performing my role in whether in settlement negotiations or in mediation. It's such a positive feeling when you finish negotiations or mediation proceedings on a positive note, because not only you're achieving a good result for your clients in a settlement negotiation context, you're also aware that you're doing something that which benefit extends, just the parameters of your clients. It positively affects the other party, and if we're talking about companies, then it positively and definitely affects employees of these two companies, and maybe far beyond the parameters of the disputing parties. So it always gives you a very positive feeling when you manage to do that and guide the proceedings to a positive end. A couple of lessons that I've learned from my experience as a mediator and legal counsel, I would say number one would be, if you're acting as a mediator, know that it is not your legal background or legal experience or knowledge of court precedents that would allow the mediation process to succeed. These, of course, don't get me wrong, these can be quite beneficial and quite, positive, and as tools in helping the parties reach a positive outcome. But in my experience, empathy and being an active listener are very important tools. They come at the top of the tools that will aid you in facilitating a positive and amicable outcome between the parties. So you're not really, when you act as mediator, you're not there to judge, which party is at fault or which party is in the right, but it's your role to try to listen to both perspectives and to try to help the parties reach a common ground, somewhere where they can, continue working together in the future as well as resolving the conflict. So that would be, in my opinion, note number one. Another important note I would say is, if you're approached or engaged by a client as legal counsel, never allow the other side to drag you into the role of mediator, because I've seen that happen a lot, especially when I'm representing a non-Egyptian company or a non-Egyptian client, and then the Egyptian, opposing party tries, to drag you from being a legal counsel to the other party to being this neutral and independent, mediator who tries to facilitate the settlement. And I say that because it does happen quite a lot in practice, especially if you are of the nationality of the counterpart. It's very important for a lawyer not to be dragged into that role when you haven't, when we weren't engaged as a mediator. Because, of course, when we're talking about mediation, there are a lot of ethical considerations coming to mind. And these ethical considerations have, an objective, they have a role, they are there for a reason. And that reason is to make sure that whoever is engaged as mediator comes in to perform the role without having any prior knowledge of the history, of the legal intricacies, and so on. So my piece of advice number two would be, don't allow, another side to drag you into a role if you were initially engaged as counsel. And piece of advice number three would be, there is this saying, you can take the horse to water, but you cannot make it drink. And trust me, when we take on a role as mediators, although we have, very good intention to try to push the party to actually reach an amicable solution, sometimes it's not going to be. And in practice, things boil down to whether both parties have real, concrete incentives to reach an amicable settlement through the mediation procedure. Some of the other times, they don't really have that incentive, or at least one of them does not have that incentive, and therefore, regardless of what you do, trust me, you will not change the outcome. So, whenever you take on a role as a mediator, never be tempted to exceed the parameters of your function as a mediator, so that you can, with the good intentions of trying to make sure the parties reach a positive agreement, because to do that, you will be, in a way, betraying the parameters of the role the ethical considerations that we've initially mentioned, and at the same time, it will not affect the law. So that would be my advice, my piece of advice. And to conclude, I would say my general advice to our future colleagues will be to never stop working on expanding on your base of knowledge. As human beings, we are always a work in progress, and in this day and age, it's very important for one to have as many as much information as possible on different fields. And lawyers, this applies to lawyers specifically because when we handle disputes concerning various sectors, various industries, whatever information you have will definitely serve you as a positive tool to facilitating a positive outcome, regardless of the active way, whether as lawyer, as arbitrator, as mediator, and so on. And two, if you intend to pursue a practice or specialization in dispute resolution, I would say definitely try to expand your roles. Do not limit yourself to being a lawyer. Work on the tools that are necessary for parties to seek you out and appoint you as an arbitrator. Also work on the tools that you will need to be a good candidate, to be a legal expert. So these different roles, they help you, they help give you a different perspective. So, and these different perspectives will in total help you become a legal minds and therefore be able to better serve your clients, the parties in mediation context, and so on. And lastly, I would say, because this, sometimes it's something we ignore, health is very important. So I would say definitely working on maintaining a healthy body and healthy mind is critical so that you're able to perform your roles in whatever area of practice you desire to the maximum potential. Again, I hope my 2 cents were useful. And again, I'm deeply honored and humbled to be with you all today, and I wish you all the best. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. You have rightly pointed out that we can't understand the nature of dispute without understanding human mind. And therefore, there is no legal method through which we can understand human mind. We require to understand the psychology, psychic experience of human beings. Thank you so much for your address. We have with us our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Chandar Bhushan Baruwalia, sir, Lokayukta, State of Himachal Pradesh. Before introducing him, I would like to say that whenever you are in his presence, you will never feel judged. And that is the great quality of his personality. Because someone who makes you comfortable to talk, someone makes you not to be aware that he's a great person, is the greatest quality of a human being, and he has that quality. Honorable Lordship was appointed as Additional District and Session Judge in 2003, designated as District and Session Judge in 2005, and at various stations of Himachal Pradesh. Then your Lordship had a great experience as a trained mediator. That's a great thing. And he worked in the Committee of Supreme Court since 2012 and has also trained mediators by organizing various training programs. Honorable Lordship, in his tenure as Director of Himachal Pradesh Judicial Academy, organized more than 80 courses for the judicial officers for the training them in the art of mediation. Honorable Lordship was elevated as Additional Judge of Honorable High Court of Himachal Pradesh in 2016 and then took as judge oath of judge of the High Court of Himachal Pradesh in 2018. In November 2022, he relinquished the charge of the office of a judge, and your Lordship take the charge of His Excellency the Honorable Lokayukta of Himachal Pradesh. So with this introduction, I have an honor to request him to address us as a chief guest for today's session.
Professor Dr. Preeti Saxena, Honorable Vice Chancellor, HPNLU, Professor Dr. S. Jaswal, Registrar, HPNLU, Honorable Muhammad Usama Online, trained mediator from Egypt, Dr. Sarita, Director, Alternative Dispute Redressal Department of this university, office bearers of the university, faculty members of the university, judges of the competition, participants, students, and staff members. You all has conducted mediation in this program and has seen the competition also, which I have not got the opportunity, but maybe the wonderful mediations in this program. There are individual sessions, joint sessions, third party help, and reducing the settlement in writing. Am I correct? These four steps are there in mediation. There are other methods of ADR also. Why mediation? And when the mediation started? We do not know even ourselves when mediation started in India. In Egypt also it might have been started. In all countries where the civilization is there, old civilizations are there, the mediation is also very old. To go to the history, Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation, he stated in an autobiography, quote, in 20 years of my practice, he practiced for 20 years. In 20 years of my practice, I solved many cases in my chamber by calling the parties and mediating them. I lost nothing thereby, not even the money. Unquote. So mediation was a tool of resolving the disputes. Then it was introduced in section 89 CPC just recently, and now it is a very successful method. If you go to the cases resolved by mediators through mediation in Delhi, in Bangalore, in Bombay, even in Chandigarh, in Himachal Pradesh, also number is very high comparatively to other methods of resolution of disputes. Why mediation? Which we have to go for mediation. First thing is that the ADRs are required to be there because the topics of the courts are overloaded. The reason is, suppose if any one of us has a headache or stomachache, how many of us goes to the hospital and get ourselves admitted there? None. We take something at home, while walking, ask the chemist, anyone else, and take a pill and we are all right. But in courts, what happens? Even if you have to take a few thousand rupees from someone, you have to file a suit, then written statement, then issues, then evidence. The whole process you have to go through. So we require ADRs for solving the disputes which can be settled on the spot. Now in mediation, in ADRs also the mediation is best. The reason is that here the parties solve their disputes themselves only. Now, many of us have a confusion. What is the difference between mediation and reconciliation? Both are nearly the same. In reconciliation, the reconciliator, he gives the suggestions to the parties. He even sometimes forces the proper parties. Sometimes he threatens the parties also that your time will be wasted, you will lose in the court, this will happen, you will not get anything after the litigation, your time will be wasted. So such type of suggestions are given in the reconciliation. But in mediation, no such suggestions are ever given. Then what the mediator do? In mediation, no such suggestions are there to the given to the parties. Then what the mediator do? He is simply a catalyst. How many of you you know what is the catalyst? Catalyst is a substance which doesn't act itself but make that action faster. Action faster. So you are only a catalyst. A mediator is a person who acts as a catalyst only. He accelerates the process of settlement of disputes into the parties. And what is the benefit of it? The parties feel in a win-win position. Both the parties, when go home, both think that they have succeeded in that case. It brings the peace in the society. While in reconciliation or other method of ADRs, the party may feel after the settlement that he was not going to do that compromise, but forced to do that compromise. And in courts, we had seen many times the appeals are filed against the settlements in reconciliations also. But in mediation, the parties feel satisfied in a win-win position. Now, this program is, in fact, if one has to learn the process of mediation after having the knowledge of law or be a responsible citizen, it is at least 40 hours program. So, though I will try to tell you the basic things, that while doing mediation, there may be a condition when the impasse is there. When both the parties are so rigid not to reconcile, not to talk, not to mediate at all. When the impasse comes, mediator can do something, giving small suggestions. Now, mediator is a very great person. In the individual session, he asked the parties about their secret information also. So his duties are also very high. Whensoever any of the advocate, any law student, any one of the good citizen, he acts as a mediator, he should not in that case ever act as a arbitrator, judge or advocate. He should not disclose the secret information which he has obtained by in the individual sessions. The mediator should be a person who can create a confidence in the parties that I am the person who can resolve your disputes. And ultimately, if the mediation is successful, the parties feel happy, mediator feels more happy. Approximately 10 years in 2011, we started the mediation in Himachal Pradesh. Earlier, this our fraternity was not comfortable with the mediation. Now, to your knowledge, daily in the High Court, more than 10 cases are settled by your mediation. In the district courts in Himachal Pradesh, total number of cases daily settled by mediation is not less than 50. And the mediators are so happy that I know many mediators who don't even charge their mediation fee. With these words, I thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Lordship. You have rightly pointed out that the good mediation is a process. in which mediator hardly exists. And though mediator is there, but not in the mind of the party. Thank you, Lordship. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Madam to declare the result for this competition in certain categories. So we have best mediation plan in this category.
So first of all, I would congratulate all the participants. Participation is very important. This position which you have earned here by your participation, that is secondary. Nevertheless, some prizes have been announced earlier by the center. So I'm just going to declare that the best mediation plan, TC 15, that is from West Bengal National University of Mediation in preliminary rounds, TC 22, OP Jindal Global University. The cash prize for best mediation plan is 7,000. The best mediator in preliminary rounds is 8,000. The third one is the best negotiating pair in preliminary rounds, TC1, Maharashtra National Law University, Mumbai. The runner-up mediator, TC13, Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, 10,000 cash prize. Runner-up negotiating pair, TC20, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law, 20,000. Mediator, TC23, Government Law College, Mumbai, 20,000. And the best negotiating pair, again TC15, West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences. I congratulate all the winners here.
Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Ma'am and our Chief Guest to go for the prize distribution. The first category is Best Mediation Plan. Winner is West Bengal National University of Juridical Science.
Congratulations.
The second category is the Best Mediator in Preliminary Rounds.
There are three.
All there.
Who is the third one?
Runner-up mediator, Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies. Runner-up negotiating pair, Rajiv Gandhi National University of Law.
Oh, come here, please sign here.
The best mediator goes to Government Law College, Mumbai.
Okay. Mumbai.
The best negotiating pair goes to West Bengal National University of Juridical Sciences. At the end of the session, I request our worthy registrar, Professor Jester Jaswal sir, to propose vote of thanks.
Thank you, Dr. Mutinde. Honorable Chief Justice Chandrakumar Barwalia from Uttar Pradesh. Professor Preeti Saxena, Honorable Vice Chancellor of our University. Mr. Mohamed Usama, connected with us from Egypt. Dr. Sarita, Director of the Center for Alternative Dispute Resolution. Dignitaries sitting on the dais. My faculty members, dear participants, and students. After conducting this mediation competition, now we have come to an end of this program. We are highly privileged and honored to have Honorable Mr. Justice Chandrakumar Barwalia from Himachal Pradesh as a chief guest of this program. Lordship, on behalf of the university, we are highly obliged to you for spending your time with us. Thank you. Our thanks are due to Mr. Mohammad Osama, who has joined virtually from Egypt. Osama, we are looking forward to have you physically next time in HPNLU Shimla. Thanks for sparing your valuable time and gracing the occasion. Thank you. I extend my sincere thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor. Then, under your able leadership, we are looking forward to have this many program in future also. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. For. Thanks are due to all the judges, assessors, participants, being part of this program and physically visiting to HPNLU Shimla, and those who could not visit to HPNLU Shimla in the earlier round. We are very obliged to all of them also for taking lead and being a partner of HPNLU Shimla. Thank you. Thank you to Dr. Sarita, Dr. Matunjay, Mr. Barwalia, and entire team, especially the students. They are working very hard for the last 3-4 days. Thank you all of you. And because of your this initiative, this program has gone to a grand success. Thank you all of you, please. Now, thanks is congratulations to the winning team and best wishes to all those who have participated in this competition. And we are also looking forward to the coming days. HPNLU Shimla will organize many programs, and we expect your participation in this program. And finally, my hearty congratulations to the Center for organizing such a wonderful program. Thank you one and all for your presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Registrar sir. Even we are thanking you from the core of the heart for supporting this program. At the end of this session, I request all of you for a stand for national anthem. Thank you.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
I request assessors, participants, faculty members to join for the lunch at VIP lounge. Thank you.
Participants